Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make an 8-bit version of Cry, but this isn't just a random 8-bit version, this is Cry from PewDiePie's video game, Legend of the Brofist. And by the way, if you want to make anything else from that game, feel free to check out the card system and the links below down in the description for my other various tutorial playlists, including the PewDiePie playlist, which will house everything that you can see in front of me right now. Moving on, if you want to make Cry, here's what you're going to need. You will need some black wool, and some brown wool, grab dark green, some lime wool, grab cyan, dark blue, white, grab light grey wool, and also guys, grab yourself some white stained clay. Now, we will need a couple more materials later on, but we'll just have to grab them as we need them. So once you have each one of these, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, now I have to be careful because I'm trying to make them all in a row, and Cry has a snowman looking thing which I can't identify behind him, so I'm going to have to make him far enough away from Markiplier, so roughly about here. So once you've figured out where you want to make it, you're going to want to kick off Cry with a row of 2 black wool coming directly up from the ground. That's 1 and 2. You then want to take that top second block and do 2 upright diagonals from it. So 1, 2. Go up on top of that second upright diagonal by 2. 1, 2. Then go right by 1. Then up 1. Then do an upright diagonal. Go up by 2, 1, 2. Then do an upright diagonal. This is the shape that you want to have formed. The reason that I'm showing you this is because we now have to backtrack. So once you form that shape, you now want to come to this block right here where we went right of, up from, well. From this very same block, you now want to go left by 2, 1, 2. You then want to do an up left diagonal and go up by 1. Then do an upright diagonal and go up by 1. Then do an upright diagonal and go up by 1. Do an upright diagonal followed by an up left diagonal and go up by 1. Then do an upright diagonal. Go right by 1 and then up 1. Then do an upright diagonal and go up by 1. Do an up left diagonal, and from this diagonal not only do you want to go left 1, but also up 1 as well. And from the block that you placed on top, do an upright diagonal. Now from this block not only do you want to go right 1, but you also want to do an up left diagonal. And from the up left diagonal block you want to do an upright diagonal. And then go right by 3, 1, 2, 3. You then want to take the second block that you placed going right, which is this one just near the end, and go up on top of it by 1. Then do an up left diagonal, followed by an upright diagonal. Then go right by 3, 1, 2, 3. Then do a bottom right diagonal. Go right by 1. And then from this block that you just went right from, not only do you want to do a bottom right diagonal from it, but from the very same block, go up by 1. Then right 1. Then do 3 bottom right diagonals, so that'll look like 1, 2, 3. You then want to go down by, I can't believe I don't have the measurements of this, guys, let me count this out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you want to go down by 8, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then do 3 bottom left diagonals, so that'll be 1, 2, 3. You then want to go left by 3, 1, 2, 3. Then do 3 up left diagonals, so 1, 2, 3. Go left of that third up left diagonal by 2. But also from that very same third up left diagonal, go up by 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then do 3 up right diagonals. So that's 1, 2, 3. Go right of that third upright diagonal by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then do a bottom right diagonal to connect all the way back to where you first started. And you know what, guys, whilst we're actually here, from that block that connects back to the outline, go down from it by 3 with your white wool, so that'll be 1, 2, 3. Then do a black wool coming down. Then do 2 white wool coming down, 1, 2. Go left of that second white wool by 4 with your black, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then take out your white and go up by 2, 1, 2. Then go left by 1 with your black. Then take out your light grey wool and do this. So starting from the bottom right hand corner-ish of the mask, do a row of white or a row of light grey wool that kind of like comes up from the bottom of the mouth up the side of the mask until it reaches the top of the head. So you kind of just want to do some shading with your light grey wool. It'll look like this, easier to see than explain. What you can then do is fill the mask completely in with white wool. So that's what we're going to do, guys. Completely fill the mask in with white wool. And whilst we're also here, you know what? Why don't we fill the head in with brown wool? Because whilst we're here, we may as well take care of these things. Plus, it'll eliminate some colours that we need to hang on to. So what you can also do, all around the head area, just completely fill it in with brown wool. It'll be easier to do that than to come back to it, guys. So just fill all of the empty space around the head in with brown wool. And look at this thing, it's already looking like Cry. Once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next, guys. So continuing on from the bottom right hand corner of the head, so from this third bottom left diagonal that we did earlier, well, from this you want to go down by 2, 1, 2. You then want to do 2 bottom right diagonals, so 1, 2. Then go down by 1. Then do a bottom left diagonal. From this bottom left diagonal, not only do you want to go down by 2, 1, 2, but from the very same diagonal you want to go left 1, then do an up left diagonal, and then you want to go up until you reconnect down to the, or reconnect up to the bottom of the head, I should say, I guess, since we're going up. What you then want to do, guys, is you want to come to the bottom of this part right here, this sticky down block, and from this block do a bottom right diagonal. Then go down by 1. Then do a bottom right diagonal, go down by 1, and then go left by 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then go up by 3. 1, 2, 3. You then want to do 2 up left diagonals, so 1 and 2. Then do 3 bottom left diagonals, so 1, 2, 3. Then go down by 2. Then connect all the way back to where you first started, and the shape that you want to have made, guys, should look a little bit like this. And there we go, guys, that is the outline of Cry. We do also have to make the snowman looking thing. I'm sorry, guys, I don't know what that is. I don't really watch the guy's videos. I've only heard him on a few podcasts, so I don't know what that is. But we also have to make that a little bit later on. So what you can now do, guys, get rid of your brown wool, you don't need it anymore, and grab yourself some light grey stained clay. We're going to need this to do Cry. So once you've reached this point right here, take out your white wool and your light grey. On the bottom left hand leg, you want to do a row of white wool, and on the bottom of the right leg, you want to do a row of light grey coming up. On top of the light grey leg, place a row of dark green wool. On top of the white leg, place a row of lime green wool. You then want to take out your dark green wool, guys. And can you guys see where we have this kind of like sticking out random black wool block in the center of Cry? Well, from this, do 3 dark green wool coming down from it. 1, 2, 3. Then go right of that bottom block by 1. Then do an upright diagonal. Well, from that diagonal, you then just want to go right by 3 until you connect to the right hand side of Cry. But you also want to, starting from on top of this center block here between Cry's legs, go up on top of this by 2 with your cyan, like so. Now, fill in the left hand side of Cry's leg with cyan, fill in the right hand side with dark blues. So why don't we just do that? Fill in the left hand side with cyan, the right hand side with dark blue. Like so. And speaking of hand signs, why don't we do that? So on the right hand side here, do 1 lime green wool in this upper shape that we have here, and then do light grey stained clay for the hand. On the left hand side here, coming up, do 2 rows of white stained clay, coming up 1 and 2. Then for the third row, just do 2 light grey. Oh my god, I get confused with the names of the colours of clay, guys. That white stained clay is what I'm looking for. What you then want to do is just do 2 white stained clay coming from the left on top of those 2 rows. Now, take out your light grey stained clay, and underneath the 2 bottom left hand corner blocks of the face, place a light grey stained clay each. Then take out your lime green wool, and in the top left hand corner of the body here, place a row of 3 lime wool, kind of like 1, 2, 3. And then place 2 dark green wool here and here to kind of like section off the hood area of Cry's jumper or sweatshirt or whatever it is that he's wearing. He's got a hood, so I assume that it's like a jumper. What you then want to do is just completely fill in the body of Cry with lime green wool, and that will be that, guys. So we just want to fill this in with lime green wool, and then we can move on to the little snowman looking thing, which I don't know exactly why it is falling behind him. It's kind of half snowman, half kind of faceless blob. I don't know. But that is what you want to have so far, guys. Once you've reached this point right here, this is what you want to do next. Take out a random color. I'm going to go with, let's go with white stained clay. Starting from the very first block that we placed of Cry, which is this one right here, the bottom left hand corner block, go left of this block by 5 with your white stained clay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue going left by 2 with your black wool. 1, 2. Do an up left diagonal, then go left by 1. Then do a bottom left diagonal, and go left by 1. Then do 2 up left diagonals, that's 1 and 2. Go up on top of that second up left diagonal by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then do 2 up right diagonals. 1, 2. Then do 2 up left diagonals. 1, 2. Then go up by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then do 2 up right diagonals. 1, 2. Go right of that second upright diagonal by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then go up by 2. 1, 2. Do an upright diagonal, place 1 on top. Like so. What you now want to do from that very same block that you went 2 on top of, upright diagonal, all that sort of stuff, well, from this very same block, guys, go right of it by 2. 1, 2. Then do 2 bottom right diagonals. 1, 2. Then go down by 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then do 2 bottom left diagonals. 1, 2. Then 2 bottom right diagonals. 1, 2. Go down by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then do a bottom left diagonal. This should connect you all the way back to where you first started and give you a shape which should look like this, which is perfect. Now guys, once you've got this shape, take out your light grey wool and do this. You know what, this is actually somewhat difficult to explain, so with your light grey wool, you kind of want to go all the way around the inside of the bottom of this snowman thing that we've formed, and you kind of want to do it like this. I've been trying to explain as best I can color positions, guys, but this one is kind of just easier, I think, if I show it you. So for the body, you kind of want to have a shape which should look like this with your light grey wool. I'm sure that you guys will find that very, very easy to apply. It's basically going all the way around the inside. Some parts want to connect, some parts don't. At the top there, you want to have 2 rows of light grey. Much easier if I just kind of show you this is what you have to do. Once you've done that to the lower body, guys, what you then want to do is you kind of just want to trace up the left-hand side of this little snowman thing's face with your light grey wool like that. So you just want to have a shape which should look like the letter C. Once you've done that, you now want to do this. So starting from on top of this bottom right-hand corner block of the snowman's head, you want to, on top of this block, do 2 white wool coming up, 1, 2, with a black wool on top. You also want to go left of this first white wool that you placed by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You then want to go up by 2 with your white. 1, 2. Then go left by 1 with your black. Like so. This is what you want to have for this snowman thing. Once you've done that, all you have to do now, guys, is just completely fill this thing in with your white wool. And I'm going to have to figure out what this thing actually is. I need to Google it or something. I really should have done it before the video, but now I'm really interested. I need to know what this thing is. So we're just filling this thing in with white, guys. And once we've actually done that, oh, and we can also remove the blocks, like telling us how far away there is. Once we've done that and we've removed those blocks, we can actually take a bit of a look at this thing and admire it. So why don't we just, there we go, get a bit of a zoom out going, get off the UI, and bam, guys, this is what you want to have for Cry. Hopefully you guys like this, hopefully you've managed to make it, and if you've done both of those things, guys, I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a like, a favorite, a share. The only reason that I've made this video and all of these characters from PewDiePie's game all the way up there is because you guys heavily heavily requested them. And why don't I just get all of them in view, all of the ones that I've made so far anyway. So, like, favorite, share. If you guys wouldn't mind, feel free to comment down below what would you like to see next. Don't worry, I'm doing all of the playable characters from PewDiePie's game. As you can see, we don't have too many of them left, and don't worry, I do know about the duck character. So, feel free to check out the card system, the links below down in the description. Check those out. Card system will definitely have some stuff that I think that you guys will like in there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Like, favorite, share, and I'll see you in the next video.